What's up guys, MTG Matt for you, back with another video for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And today, after the last videos where I really tried to, push what's the best in the meta, today we take a little bit more of a laid back approach. And I just tried out, a classic Simic ramp deck in a way, with some of the new tools from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, and just checked out how it would feel and how it would perform. So this deck is purely experimental. It's actually not really well performing, just as a disclaimer out there. So you can't really expect to climb the ladder with this deck, but it's a lot of fun because the main thing I want to try out in this deck is, well, we got 4 copies of Storm the Festival. So it's a 6-mana sorcery from, what's this expansion? Crimson Vow, Midnight Hunt, I don't know. That lets you look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you can put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. And then it also has flashback for 10 mana. So we cast this for 6 mana, look at the top 5 cards, and then we can choose any permanents that each, like any 2 permanents that each have mana value 5 or less, and put them onto the battlefield. So the idea of this deck is we ramp up to a Storm the Festival fast, cast it, and then hopefully we hit like 2 5-mana permanents, right? And the 5-mana permanents we have in the deck are 4 copies of Tamio Completed Sage. This is a new like Simic Planeswalker, which I really like. I think it's a really cool Planeswalker. It has this like right power level, right? It's not busted or anything, just feels right. And also in general, I just like Planeswalkers whose abilities just fit into a lot of types of decks. I like them more than like very specific, specifically designed Planeswalkers that want to go into specific decks. But Tamio is just generally good. So +1, you can tap down a creature or an artifact, it won't untap in the next turn. -X, you exile an online permanent from your graveyard and create a token that's a copy of that card, so that's really cool. You can fish something back from your graveyard. And then the -7 lets you create Camille's Notebook, which says spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, and tap draw a card. So, general, just a really cool Planeswalker, can get to the ultimate pretty fast, and actually more often than not. So that's one of our 5-mana bombs, so to say. The other one is 4 copies of Ren 7, makes a big tree fork, finds more lands, just some good stuff. And then we got 4 copies of Glorious Sunrise, which is an enchantment that also basically almost never saw play. It's 5 mana, green, and it says at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. Creatures you control get +1/+1, gain trample until end of turn. Target land gains tap at triple green until end of turn. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater, or you gain 3 life. So, when I was building this deck, I was looking for an enchantment that gives your creatures trample. That's what I was looking for because with all these like Ores of Token decks out there that have all of these small creatures, if you have a big tree folk like a 10/10, it doesn't matter if your opponent blocks it with a 1/1. Or it doesn't matter that you have Hall of Storm Giants as a 7/7, and again your opponent just blocks it with a 1/1. So you need trample to actually get value out of these cards to actually be able to close out the game. So I was just simply looking for an enchantment that gives trample, and Glorious Sunrise gives trample. It's at the exact mana value we're looking for. We're looking at 5 mana value, right, to maximize the value we get from Storm Festivals. And then it also does a whole bunch of other stuff, right? It can ramp you even more with this temporary land mana increase. It can also draw your cards, which is really cool, as long as you control a creature with power 3 or greater. Which is rather easy, because we're gonna have the Tree Folks, we're gonna have Quanix Cultivators, which have 3 power, or we will have a Hall of Storm Giants that has 3 power. And it can also gain 3 life, so very versatile. It gives our creatures trample more importantly, and also has other modes. So these 3 cards right here are the bombs that we're looking for with Storm the Festival. And then the rest of the deck is more or less just getting there. So if we take a look at the ramp, we have, let's actually put this more in the middle here. We got 3 cards that help us ramping. 2 are new cards from Neon Dynasty. So we got 4 copies of Azusa's Many Journeys, 2 mana Saga, let's just play an additional land, then we gain free life, and at the end we get a free. Really good card if you get this down on turn 2, and you make sure that you actually have a 4th land to play on turn 3. This is really good value, right? Because it has accelerated you through your game plan, and on top of that you also gain a free life, and not a free, right? This free can again draw your card with Glorious Sunrise, so another small synergy there. Then another new card we have from Neon Dynasty is Careful Cultivation, 3-mana enchantment aura. You can enchant an artifact or creature, and as long as the enchantment permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+3 and has reach, and tap at double green. Now that's cool and all, especially giving the creature reach that can come up sometimes. But the channel ability is much more important because you can pay to discard to create a 1/1 human monk with tap add green mana. So this is another way at 2 mana to spend your mana to be able to on turn 3 spend 4 mana. So these here are 2 mana ways to ramp. And then as you can see, what we want to do in this deck is turn 2 play one of these ramp spells, and then play it a 4 mana spell on turn 3. So what we can play on turn 3 is 4 copies of Chronix Cultivator, which ramps us even further. And what's really cool is if you play Chronix Cultivator on 4, we get a 5th land, which means the turn after we can play our 6th land and play Storm the Festival. So that's a really nice curve, right? The curve is basically 2 mana Careful Cultivation, then 4 mana Chronix Cultivator, then 6 mana Storm the Festival. So that's really cool. But apart from Chronix Cultivator, we can also ramp into Memory Deluge, 2 copies to, you know, just draw some more cards. Or we can pay 4 mana for Tamiyo and 2 life to play her, right? That's also a possible play pattern. Plus, I've experienced that if you play Careful Cultivation on 2 and then play Tamiyo on 3, you can plus Tamiyo, she will be at 4 loyalty, and then in turn after, if you feel need to, you can -3 Tamiyo to make a token of the Careful Cultivation from the graveyard and put it onto a creature, right? To you put it on the monk you already have on the battlefield, and then ramps even more. So that's a cool little interaction. And then finally, for the rest of the cards in the deck, we have a single copy of Secret Restoration to draw some more cards in our land base. And last card to talk about is 2 copies of Crackblade Baloth. It's just meant as a finisher, 7 mana 6/6 beast with kicker 3. This spell can be countered, really neat. And it's got hexproof and haste. So this thing is hard to interact with. It's basically impossible to interact with currently with the cards we have in standard on our turn. It can only be dealt with at sorcery speed with like a board wipe. But yeah, you get a 6/6 with hexproof haste, can be countered. And you can pay 3 mirrors or 10 mana in total. And if it was kicked, it ends the battlefield with 4/1 counters on it. So then we have a 10/10 with haste and hexproof and can't be countered. And this is meant as a finisher, right? We will have a lot of mana due to our ramp. And because of Glorious Sunrise, you can also give it trample, so it actually becomes relevant. If we look at our land base, got 3 copies of Hollow Storm Giants as an alternate win condition, 2 copies of Otawara to bounce stuff, 2 copies of Boseiju to get rid of manlands, artifacts, enchantments, and then finally 3 copies of Field of Ruin to deal with opposing manlands. And yeah, that's the deck. As I said, this is not a competitive deck, but once in a while I really feel the need to just play a Simic ramp deck, just have like 7 mana while your opponent has 4 mana. It's really fun. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I see you guys soon. Alright, let's see. We have a ramp on 2. That's good. And we can play something on 4. I guess we keep it then. It's fine. Right. The Glorious Sunrise is coming up. There we go, that's a cultivator. That's perfect to ramp into. because it ramps us even more after the careful cultivation. Booyah. Forest on the board. And this looks pretty good. Next turn we already have access to 6 mana if we get to keep the mana dork here. I guess he's gonna take a Glorious Sunrise or Marinage, okay. I mean, it's not even necessarily a downside in a way. And I guess we just start drawing cards here. And we just attack with both, right? If he trades the one for a Spellbinder, we're pretty happy about that. Okay, there's a Storm the Festival, that's pretty nice. Ran 7. I think this deck doesn't run any mana lands, so we might as well take the Dreamroot Cascade.
Those who fight the will of the woods is made manifest.
Alright, what do we do here? I think just keep on drawing cards. Could even attack. I don't think we should attack here. So next turn, if you want, we can give a land the ability to tap for 3 mana. And then we can Storm the Festival again. Okay, so we won't trade with the Sigarda. We just, you know, trade the Spellbinder. However, in a way, we know now he has a Brutal Kafar, so this 3/4 is gonna be removed next turn. But I think it's still better to do this. Also, we're gonna keep the Careful Cultivation because it can give creatures reach. Alright, so let's play this as a Greenland. Wait, do we potentially have lethal here? If we give everything +1/+1 trample, this is a 9/9, 4/5, a 2/2, and we can activate the whole. Oh, we just have lethal. Just activate the hall, give everything trample, and attack for lethal. It's pretty good. Nice. That felt really good. Okay, so this is a bad starting hand. We need Earl Ram. So we got a cultivation here, no third land though, but we're going second. This is risky, but I'm gonna keep it and ditch the Crackblade Bailoff. Hello. Okay, now we got the Tameo, which is potential turn 4 play. Okay, we're up against Izzet, it seems. Okay, now here's the thing, we don't have the mana to cast Memory Deluge, so I think we should just go Tamio. And even though it's getting countered, we get a counter out of his hand, you know. Yeah, that's fine. Tamio isn't that powerful in this matchup anyways, there isn't much to tap down. I mean, the Gold Dragon is nice to tap down, but it's, you know, after effect, after it's already on the battlefield. And it still gives your opponent value. By doubling up those favor tokens. Okay, we got Dreamer Cascade. Alright, so Ren and 7 is pretty cool. Yeah, I think Ren and 7. So the thing is, our opponent can obviously just bounce the default token with a Fading Hope. But then we still have a Ren on the board, which means next time we can play Glorious Sunrise, start drawing cards, so this seems fine. Yeah, there's the Fading Hope. Wait, did our opponent not find land? That's pretty good for us. Ooh, let's go. Look at all these lands. What does it say? Target gains add green until end of turn. Yeah, we can't use that. So we just gain 3 life, I guess. Attack. Okay, Otawara is really nice against Gold Ranks, and we're still 1 turn away from that. So that's useful. Tamio. Let's play our Field of Ruin. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's something really juicy we can do here. Right, this is 4 mana. Okay. We can. Actually, let's play a land so that we don't run into a Draw Disruption. But now we can play Seagate Restoration. Woo! Let's go! Okay, so we have card advantage. That's good. Don't really care about losing round 7 there, it's fine.
Failure burns.
Okay, decisions. I think we definitely want to play Azusa's Many Journeys. First things first, I think I wanna get rid of our opponent's Field of Ruin so that we can play our Hall of Storm Giants. Okay. Then let's go to a combat step. Give this land triple green. No tax. Then we play the Hall. And I think we play the Cultivator. I just want to build up our advantage here. Take action, get another forest. Then we play Azusa's Many Journeys and play another Hall. Wait, if you play an Untapped we have 3 mana, is that good for anything? Not really, so let's play another Hall. Okay. So next turn we will have 10 mana and 2 Halls on the board. So we'll probably just start attacking with the Hall of Storm Giants and draw a card with Glorious Sunrise. Utamio is nice though to tap this gold spend right now. That's pretty cool. So I guess we do that. Opponent has 8 mana here. Okay, that's juicy. I mean, gold spam still provides value through the treasures.
Bow before Phyrexia.
And now I think we actually give our mana open for an Otawara, we draw another card. And we just attack. Now he could activate his Hall here upon if he wanted to. Okay, that's not cool, but we're just gonna bounce that. Bye bye. Good thing is our opponent's treasures are gone this way. Okay. Why is he bouncing? Is he bouncing a gold span dragon? That would actually be... I don't know, that would probably be really smart. He's bouncing the Tamio. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Another gold span. I think we should really try to close out the game here by attacking. Okay, so here... Should we draw another card? If you draw into red and 7, that's really good. Giving damage doesn't really make sense. Let's draw a card. Okay, we tried. Get 4 mana open. I think in this position it's actually better to hold open the Otawara Soaring City. Triple gold span. So after opponent attacks, he is going to have access to 8, 9 mana. I don't like. I'm not aware that our opponent can deal direct damage with this deck unless with Prismari commands. So I think I'm gonna let him attack and the. Oh, interesting. The plan here is to, on our turn, swing him with a Hall and bounce a Hullbreaker Horror or something if it comes our way. Okay, nothing here, so let's Memory Deluge. Ren 7 would be nice to... Ooh, Crackplate Bailoff. Ha! Oh yeah. Yeah, people don't see that one coming usually. Guess there's this many journeys, it's nice to get rid of all these lands. Okay, you want as much untapped mana as possible. So, opponent has 7 mana for Heartbreaker Horror, right? If we kick the Crackblade Baloth, this 10 mana, we get 10/10 with Hexproof and Haste. It will be an 11/11 by pumping it up, so this actually will not be lethal. Damn. Wait, unless we don't kick it, and then you just bounce the Heartbreaker Horror. I think that works. So we don't kick it, we just pay 7 mana. And you know what, to be mana efficient here, we can actually play the Journeys to play an extra land. Yep. And now we go to attacks, we give everything +1/+1 and trample. And that should be game. Yeah, because now our opponent is out of mana, so we can just let the Heartbreaker resolve and then we bounce it back. And that's GG. Let's go! 3 Ghost Dragons on the board and opponent still loses. Ha! That felt really good. Alright. Guess we keep that. Got the double journey. And in theory, we have 28 lands in the deck, so we should draw more lands, right? That's fine. That is okay. Let's play the Journeys here just to get the life and the creature eventually. Okay, yeah, sure.
The future is written in oil and steel. Bow before
I mean, Tamiya's gonna take a hit here from the reinforced Ronin, most likely. Confirm. Okay, we take that if you just go face. Now comes our swing turn. So we tap down the helmet.
You do not write this story.
Yeah, we play Rend 7. No hesitation here. Like 5/5.
The entire forest is an army.
Okay, we can find some land here in Storm Festival.
We will help you find safe.
Did we really just mill
We
2
will
random
help you
7s?
find
Okay.
safe ground.
Okay. Okay. Won't do that. Actually, you know, let's get a double glorious sunrise. Ah! Plus 5. Boom.
My words fallen under. You still have a role in our grand story.
Let's gain 3 life once and draw a card. Right, because this is a pretty wide board and an extended Storm Festival. Okay, is he making a big 7/7? That's fine. That is fine. Yeah, random 7 is not that important here, we just have another one in hand. I mean, okay. 2 random 7s in the graveyard, and 1 is dead, so this is the last one. Which means it's very unlikely that we hit something good with Stormy Festival here, right? So I think we just make another random 7, make another token. And draw cards. And no land, okay. In a 28 land deck, that's fine. Okay, we finally got a land. Guess now we can storm the festival. Just see what we get. Ooh, that's very juicy. Double cultivator, it's nice.
Rich soil grows mighty forests.
Really? What is happening in this game? Look at all these planeswalkers in the bin. Okay. I think we start attacking. So we could make this a 4/6 and I guess +1/+1 trample. Sure, why not? Let's make our opponent block here. Let's go to town. 6/8 with trample, 11/11 with trample, coming our opponent's way. Alright. So we untap up to 3 lands. Doesn't really matter actually. Can't cast anything anyway here. So 2 Tamios are in the bin. 1 is in our hand. And all other random 7s are in the graveyard as well. That's pretty crazy. Okay. Still got the Hall, which is lethal with the double sunrise. Yeah, that's lethal. That's lethal next turn.
I have other graves to tend.
GG. Alright. That was a bit weird, but in the end we still won. Okay, let's check. Yeah, let's skip this. Okay, one more land, we get to Cultivator. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's do something with our mana at least. Get a forest, and if we draw another land, we can storm the festival next turn. Ain't lame mech. Dude, this standard format is so good. Oh, that's a juicy combo. And it curves right into each other. Are we dead? I mean, he can take 2 extra turns anyway. He's dying after the first one. What? What just happened? What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, a mulligan. I mean, this is just... You can't tell me the shuffler is not rigged. I have 28 lands today, 28. How is this possible? How are these starting hands possible? 2 landers. Dark side chef, okay. I could have sacked a Shambling Ghast in response actually to kill the small, but he didn't. So if this mon gets to live, we can storm the festival next turn. Oh yeah. Okay, I'll take a double cultivator. Thanks. Okay, we're at 7 mana plus the monk, so unfortunately we can't storm the festival immediately next turn again. So we all got 3 cultivators out here. Sure. Not gonna play Boseiju, I wanna keep it if... Oh wait, I should have played it! No! We're just at 8 mana. I should have played it so that if we draw land next turn I could have stormed again. Whoops. Sure. That's fine. Okay, never mind. Even with the hall, we would not be able to storm the festival immediately again. Let's storm. Got a Tamio and a Glorious Sunrise. We take that. Thank you.
The future is written in oil and steel.
So I mean Tamio's gonna get exiled anyway, so let's just get a Quanix Cultivator and draw a card with Sunrise.
History belongs to Phyrexia.
Yeah. That seemed pretty good. So Tamio is still on the board. Guess that's interesting. Now of the hall. Let's just attack here. Dynamics looks good.
You cannot delay our victory.
I still got Boseiju to deal with any enchantments, if necessary. Okay, that's something. So if I power up the hole, he can block and kill it. Unless I should tap down his architect. Or I could kill the architect, tap down a 4/4, and then he actually can't deal with the hall. Like this. Right?
You do not write the story.
But actually I also want to play Ren 7.
The entire forest is an army.
This is almost perfect. If we had one more mana, we could still Boseiju even after we attack. Well, I guess actually, even if he blocks the hall, he's losing a lot of stuff, and we still have a 13/13 on board. Right, he loses all of these. Yeah. Sure, he gets another 1/1, but that's fine. I think that's a fine trade. Now we need a glorious sunrise.
The heat has become unbearable.
Okay, I guess the tree folk is also gone. Huh. There's nothing I could really exile with Tamio here. Let's just chill.
Our will cannot be denied.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill his wedding announcement. I mean, getting another Chronix Cultivator isn't really doing anything, so let's
Such
just
an
chill.
imperfect form.
I Twitch is coming back. Tamio's gone. We got another one anyway. Not a mass
Revel in your
acquisition. That's
minuscule
bad.
victory.
That is bad for us. Ooh. Okay, that's but that's pretty good. Double Planeswalkers here for the party.
My flesh was a
Wait.
sickness. Now I am cured. You cannot delay our victory.
Oh boy.
Power grows with tender care.
Okay, a hall is nice. And a storm. Hell yeah. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Flashbacking the storm here. From the festival here. Okay, one more blockers, right? Cultivator. Let's play do as many journeys. So what do we tap down here? Guess the 4/4, right? Yeah.
Our will cannot be denied.
We're gonna have access to Memory Deluge now. That's good. Also, I got access to a hall. Okay, we can kill the hive with the Field of Ruin.
You cannot change the future.
Okay, Tamio goes down to 5 here. A wedding announcement. Ooh, Edgar. Okay. Kill this hive. So we want to find a Glorious Sunrise now to give our tree folk here trample. Me Too Massacre is annoying though. It's a problem. Another random 7 is really nice actually. Glorious Sunrise, Crack Plate Bailoff? Question mark. I guess Bailoff could finish up the game for us. I guess I could also just go double Sunrise. Wait, I think. Wait, is there possibly a lethal here? Yeah, we actually have lethal with Tamio. The lethal being tap down this Dracula Voyager, then we play Glorious Sunrise, then we draw some lands.
Every seed
Play the land. I mean, we already have. Yeah. They will tap down, get trample, blah blah blah, win the game. Let's go.